Welcome back to Sleepy English Academy. Today, we'll be learning English through audio listening. So, get comfortable and close your eyes.
Once upon a time, in a cozy little house nestled amongst rolling hills, lived a tiny firefly named Flicker. Unlike his bright cousins who lit up the night sky with dazzling displays, Flicker was a nervous spark, his light dim and flickering. He dreamt of joining the nightly dance of twinkling lights, but worried his tiny glow wouldn't be enough. His friend, Ms. Luna, was a wise old lamp with a chipped shade and a heart full of stories from countless nights. She wasn't just a lamp. She was the keeper of nighttime serenity, reminding everyone that even the smallest light could chase away the shadows. One night, an unsettling silence fell upon the little house. No soft snores from the children dreaming in their beds. No gentle chirping of crickets outside the window. Ms. Luna explained a shadowy creature called the Stealer of Sleep had arrived. This grumpy old clock with a broken hand stole peace from everyone, leaving them restless and tossing in their beds. Flicker, though scared, couldn't bear a night without peaceful slumber. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of sleepless nights. Armed with Ms. Luna's magical night light, it held the power of 1,000 calming dreams, and a pouch of shimmering stardust to sprinkle forgotten sleepiness back into the air. Flicker embarked on his adventure. He fluttered through dark doorways past rows of tired creatures with heavy eyelids. They spoke of a time when sleep came easily, their faces etched with longing for a good night's rest. Flicker offered a tiny, hopeful flicker, remembering Ms. Luna's words, "Even the smallest light can chase away the shadows." Finally, he reached a towering, dusty grandfather clock, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a frozen hand guarded a collection of stolen sleepiness trapped in shimmering bubbles. Flicker surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people sleep, but feared the unknown darkness and the feeling of being out of control. Flicker offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a moon and stars twinkling above a sleeping house, a symbol of the peaceful beauty of nighttime. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen sleepiness. Flicker held Ms. Luna's magical nightlight, casting a wave of calming light across the land of sleepless nights. Creatures sighed with contentment, forgotten dreams swirled around them, and the quiet rustle of peaceful sleep filled the air. The stealer, now a friend, helped Flicker return to the little house. With the children peacefully sleeping and gentle snores filling the air, the house felt peaceful once more. Ms. Luna, relieved and proud, declared Flicker the keeper of calming light. Nestled amongst his fellow fireflies, Flicker finally felt his tiny spark held a special purpose. He learned that even the smallest light could chase away the shadows and bring peaceful sleep, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of letting go and resting. With a contented sigh, Flicker dimmed his light, ready for another night of chasing away the darkness and bringing sweet dreams to the little house nestled amongst the rolling hills.
Hi everyone, I'm Sonia. I'm making conversation audio to help you learn English. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm new on YouTube and I need your support for making more new videos. The Patchwork Princess and the Missing Smile. Princess Penelope lived in a grand castle, her room overflowing with silks and jewels. Yet, despite her riches, Penelope felt incomplete. A single, thick scar ran across her cheek, a reminder of a terrible dragon attack when she was just a baby. Though the kingdom had long been at peace, the scar left Penelope feeling different, and a frown etched itself permanently on her face. No jester's jokes could bring a smile to her lips, no story could lift her spirits. The once vibrant princess had become a shadow of her former self, her laughter replaced by a heavy silence. One day, a traveling peddler arrived at the castle gates. He wasn't your average salesman. His cart overflowed with mismatched buttons, colorful patches, and threads of every hue. The king and queen, desperate to see their daughter happy again, invited him to the castle. The peddler, a kind old man with twinkling eyes, introduced himself as Silas, the patchwork tailor. He saw Penelope's frown and the story etched on her face. Sometimes, he said in a voice warm like sunshine, beauty comes from embracing what makes you different. Intrigued, Penelope let Silas work his magic. He carefully stitched a patchwork of colorful fabrics onto a piece of silk, each piece unique and vibrant. When he finished, he presented it to her. This, he explained, is a representation of your strength. The scar is part of your story, but it doesn't define you. You are brave, kind, and a princess unlike any other. Penelope, hesitant at first, held the patchwork cloth against the scar. As she did, a warmth spread through her, and a tiny smile tugged at the corner of her lips. It wasn't a perfect smile, but it was hers, unique and true. News of Penelope's transformation spread like wildfire. People began to see beauty in imperfection, finding value in their own unique stories. The kingdom, once obsessed with appearances, blossomed with a newfound acceptance. Laughter echoed through the halls, and Penelope, finally at peace, became a beacon of hope for all. From then on, Penelope became known as the Patchwork Princess, a symbol of resilience and inner strength. She continued to wear the patchwork fabric, a reminder to embrace every part of herself and to see beauty in the unexpected. And whenever someone felt lost or different, Penelope would offer a warm smile, a reminder that true beauty lies in individuality and the courage to be yourself.
My dear listener, I am new to YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
The Nervous Notebook and the Writer's Block. Nestled amongst a jumble of worn leather journals and forgotten ledgers in a dusty attic trunk, lived a tiny, nervous notebook named Scribble. Unlike his crisp companions filled with bold ideas and captivating stories, Scribble was blank and flimsy, his pages a pale yellow from years of neglect. He dreamt of holding the words that would spark a writer's imagination, but worried his empty pages and thin frame wouldn't be chosen. His friend, Miss Quill, was a wise soul with a silver tip worn smooth and a heart overflowing with stories from countless creations. She wasn't just a quill. She was the keeper of inspiration, reminding everyone that even the blankiest page could become a masterpiece. One day, an unsettling silence fell upon the attic. No excited scribbling of ideas, no joyful sighs of accomplishment as writers finished their stories. Ms. Quill explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Creativity had arrived. This grumpy old inkwell with a clogged spout stole inspiration from writers, leaving them staring at blank pages and feeling utterly uninspired. Scribble, though scared, couldn't bear a world without the joy of storytelling. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of muffled ideas. Armed with Miss Quill's magical feather, it held the power of 1,000 captivating tales, and a pouch of shimmering stardust to reignite forgotten sparks of creativity. Scribble embarked on his adventure. He fluttered through dusty attics past rows of frustrated writers with furrowed brows. They spoke of a time when ideas flowed freely, their faces etched with a longing for the thrill of creating. Scribble offered a hopeful rustle of his thin pages, remembering Miss Quill's words, "Even the blankiest page can become a masterpiece." Finally, he reached a towering, dusty bookshelf, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a stuck stopper guarded a collection of stolen creativity trapped in shimmering bubbles. Scribble surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help stories unfold, but feared the pressure of creating something magnificent and the possibility of failure. Scribble offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a writer's hand poised over a blank page with a single sparkling star above, a symbol of the potential and beauty held within a blank canvas. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen creativity. Scribble held Ms. Quill's magical feather, sprinkling stardust across the land of muffled ideas. Ideas danced in the air, forgotten stories swirled around writers' heads, and the feeling of inspiration crackled in the air. The stealer, now a friend, helped Scribble return to the attic trunk. The attic buzzed once more with the excited chatter of writers brainstorming and the contented sighs of creative flow. Miss Quill, relieved and proud, declared Scribble the spark of untold stories. Nestled amongst his fellow notebooks, Scribble finally felt his blank pages held a unique purpose. He learned that even the most nervous page could inspire a masterpiece, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the beauty of starting something new and embracing the unknown. With a contented sigh, Scribble dreamed of the day a writer's hand would reach for him, ready to be filled with the magic of the next great story waiting to be born.
The rusty bell's big ring. High atop a forgotten lighthouse, perched amongst weathered flags and chipped lanterns, lived a tiny, rusty bell named Jingles. Unlike his gleaming companions that guided ships through treacherous waters with their booming calls, Jingles was cracked and silent, his metal dull and his voice long lost. He dreamt of warning sailors of danger and celebrating safe arrivals, but worried his broken voice wouldn't be heard. His friend, Ms. Compass Rose, was a wise soul with a faded map etched on her surface and a heart brimming with stories from countless voyages. She wasn't just a compass rose, she was the keeper of safe journeys, reminding everyone that even the smallest sound could make a world of difference. One day, an unsettling silence fell upon the lighthouse. No frantic shouts of sailors navigating storms, no joyful cheers as ships reached safe harbor. Miss Compass Rose explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Caution had arrived. This grumpy old anchor with a chipped fluke stole confidence from sailors, leaving them recklessness and a disregard for danger. Jingles, though scared, couldn't bear a world without the thrill of exploration balanced with safe passage. He volunteered to find the Stealer in the land of reckless sails. Armed with Ms. Compass Rose's magical sextant, it held the power of 1,000 charted courses and a pouch of shimmering seashells, whispering forgotten tales of safe journeys. Jingles embarked on his adventure. He swung precariously through salty winds past rows of reckless captains with wild grins and ships tilting precariously on stormy seas. They spoke of a time when caution and courage sailed hand in hand, their faces etched with a longing for safe adventures. Jingles offered a hopeful wiggle of his cracked form, remembering Ms. Compass Rose's words, "Even the smallest sound can make a world of difference." Finally, he reached a towering, broken mast, the Stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a chipped fluke guarded a collection of stolen caution trapped in shimmering bubbles. Jingles surprised the Stealer with a gentle tap. Confused and lonely, the Stealer confessed. They yearned to help sailors navigate the seas, but feared the boredom of caution and the lack of excitement. Jingles offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a ship sailing through calm waters with a single bell ringing in the distance, a symbol of the importance of both caution and courage for a successful journey. The Stealer, touched, released all the stolen caution. Jingles held Ms. Compass Rose's magical sextant, focusing a wave of cautious energy across the land of reckless sails. Captain's eyes widened with awareness, forgotten safety lessons swirled around them, and the thrill of a well-planned voyage filled the air. The Stealer, now a friend, helped Jingles return to the lighthouse. The seas around the lighthouse buzzed once more with the shouts of captains barking orders and the cheers of safe arrivals. Ms. Compass Rose, relieved and proud, declared Jingles the ringer of timely warnings. Perched amongst his fellow bells, Jingles finally felt his rusty tone held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest sound could make a world of difference, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of balance between caution and courage. With a contented sigh, Jingles awaited the next storm, ready to ring his newfound voice as a beacon of both warning and welcome for adventurous sailors charting their course.
The sleepy star's big dream. Deep within the vast expanse of the night sky, nestled amongst twinkling stars and radiant planets, lived a tiny, sleepy star named Somnus. Unlike his vibrant companions who showered the universe with dazzling light, Somnus was a faint glimmer, his light barely a whisper against the darkness. He dreamt of illuminating lost travelers and painting dreams across the night sky, but worried his tiny spark wouldn't be bright enough. His friend, Ms. Moon, was a wise soul with a cratered surface and a heart brimming with stories from countless nights. She wasn't just a moon, she was the weaver of dreams, reminding everyone that even the smallest light could hold the grandest dreams. One night, an unsettling silence fell upon the universe. No whispers of awe from astronauts gazing at the cosmos, no joyful laughter of children counting twinkling stars. Ms. Moon explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Wonder had arrived. This grumpy old comet with a broken tail stole the curiosity and imagination from all beings, leaving them with a dull, uninspired view of the universe. Somnus, though scared, couldn't bear a world without the magic of exploration and the wonder of dreaming. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of lifeless stars. Armed with Ms. Moon's magical dream catcher, it held the power of 1,000 fantastical dreams and a pouch of shimmering stardust. To reignite forgotten curiosity, Somnus embarked on his adventure. He journeyed through endless darkness past rows of listless creatures with vacant stares. They spoke of a time when the universe sparkled with wonder, their faces etched with a longing for the thrill of discovery and the beauty of dreaming. Somnus offered a hopeful dim glow, remembering Ms. Moon's words, "Even the smallest light can hold the grandest dreams." Finally, he reached a towering, lifeless black hole, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a trailing wisp of smoke guarded a collection of stolen wonder trapped in shimmering bubbles. Somnus surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to share the wonders of the universe, but feared the vastness of space and the complexity of knowledge. Somnus offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a child pointing at a star, eyes wide with wonder, a symbol of the spark of curiosity that ignites a love for the universe. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen wonder. Somnus held Ms. Moon's magical dream catcher, sprinkling stardust across the land of lifeless stars. Forgotten dreams swirled around creatures, their eyes widened with awe, and the universe crackled once more with the spark of curiosity. The stealer, now a friend, helped Somnus return to the night sky. The universe hummed with the excited chatter of astronauts discussing discoveries and the contented sighs of children dreaming of space adventures. Ms. Moon, relieved and proud, declared Somnus the illuminator of forgotten dreams. Nestled amongst his fellow stars, Somnus finally felt his tiny light held a unique purpose. He learned that even the faintest glimmer could ignite wonder, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of dreaming big and exploring the endless possibilities of the universe. With a content sigh, Somnus dimmed his light, ready for the next night to unleash a cascade of forgotten dreams, painting the sky with the magic of wonder for all to see.
The forgotten seed's big bloom. Deep within a dusty gardening shed, nestled amongst rusty tools and forgotten watering cans, lived a tiny, forgotten seed named Pip. Unlike his plump companions bursting with potential for vibrant flowers or delicious fruits, Pip was wrinkled and dry, his shell cracked and his future uncertain. He dreamt of sprouting roots and reaching for the sunshine, but worried his withered form wouldn't be strong enough to grow. His friend, Ms. Watering Can, was a wise soul with a chipped spout and a heart brimming with stories from countless gardens bursting with life. She wasn't just a watering can. She was the nurturer of growth, reminding everyone that even the smallest seed held the potential for a magnificent bloom. One day, an unsettling silence fell upon the garden. No excited chirps of birds flitting between blooms, no cheerful shouts of children harvesting plump vegetables. Ms. Waterington explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Life had arrived. This grumpy old scarecrow with a ripped hat stole the joy and purpose from the garden, leaving the plants weak and lifeless. Pip, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of growth and the beauty of nature. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of withered blooms. Armed with Ms. Waterington's magical trowel, it held the power of 1,000 flourishing gardens and a pouch of shimmering soil to reignite the forgotten magic of growth. Pip embarked on his adventure. He tumbled through overgrown paths past rows of drooping flowers and lifeless vegetables. They spoke of a time when the garden hummed with life, their wilted petals etched with a longing for the sun's warmth and the joy of growth. Pip offered a hopeful tremor within his cracked shell, remembering Ms. Waterington's words, "Even the smallest seed holds the potential for a magnificent bloom." Finally, he reached a towering, weathered shed, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a tattered hat guarded a collection of stolen life trapped in shimmering bubbles. Pip surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to nurture life, but feared the harshness of the weather and the disappointment of failed harvests. Pip offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a single sunflower pushing through cracked pavement, reaching for the sun, a symbol of the unyielding spirit that lives within even the smallest seed. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen life. Pip placed himself on the magical trowel, held by Ms. Waterington together. They showered the land of withered blooms with shimmering soil. Forgotten memories of growth swirled around the plants, their leaves unfurled, and the air vibrated with the hum of returning life. The stealer, now a friend, helped Pip reach a patch of fertile soil. The garden bloomed once more with vibrant flowers and plump vegetables. Ms. Waterington, relieved and proud, declared Pip the champion of hidden potential. Nestled amongst the rich soil, Pip finally felt his wrinkled form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest seed could blossom into something beautiful, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the power of perseverance and the joy of life's simple yet wondrous journey. With a contented sigh, Pip pushed his roots deeper, ready for the sun's warmth and the chance to grow into the flower he was always meant to be.
The worried windsock's big twirl, high atop a rickety weather vane, perched amongst squeaky weathercocks and forgotten wind chimes, lived a tiny, worried windsock named Whirly. Unlike his colorful companions who danced with the wind, swirling and swaying with every gust, Whirly was limp and frayed, his fabric faded and his purpose forgotten. He dreamt of guiding lost travelers and heralding approaching storms, but worried his tattered form wouldn't be strong enough to withstand the wind's fury. His friend, Ms. Rusty Compass, was a wise soul with a chipped needle and a heart brimming with stories from countless journeys. She wasn't just a compass. She was the keeper of navigation, reminding everyone that even the gentlest breeze could leave a mark. One day, an unsettling stillness fell upon the land. No excited chatter of travelers embarking on adventures. No frantic scurrying of creatures seeking shelter from oncoming storms. Ms. Rusty Compass explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Direction had arrived. This grumpy old hot air balloon with a torn sail stole the sense of exploration and caution from all, leaving everyone lost and unprepared. Whirly, though scared, couldn't bear a world without the thrill of discovery balanced with the importance of caution. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of wandering souls. Armed with Ms. Rusty Compass' magical map, it held the power of 1,000 charted journeys, and a pouch of shimmering wind feathers to reignite forgotten navigation skills. Whirly embarked on his adventure. He fluttered helplessly through stagnant air past rows of confused creatures with lost expressions. They spoke of a time when they embraced both the excitement of the unknown and the wisdom of preparation, their faces etched with a longing for purposeful journeys. Whirly offered a hopeful flutter of his frayed fabric, remembering Ms. Rusty Compass' words, "Even the gentlest breeze can leave a mark." Finally, he reached a towering, deflated hot air balloon, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a deflated sail guarded a collection of stolen direction trapped in shimmering bubbles. Whirly surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to guide travelers and warn of coming storms, but feared the unpredictability of the wind and the responsibility of keeping others safe. Whirly offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a lone ship sailing through a calm sea with a windsock blowing in the direction of a distant port, a symbol of the balance between embracing the wind and following a chosen path. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen direction. Whirly held Ms. Rusty Compass' magical map, channeling a wave of wind directions across the land of wandering souls. Forgotten memories of navigation swirled around creatures. Their eyes widened with understanding, and the air crackled with the anticipation of purposeful movement. The stealer, now a friend, helped Whirly return to the rickety weather vane. The land buzzed once more with the excited chatter of travelers planning journeys and the satisfied sighs of creatures preparing for coming storms. Ms. Rusty Compass, relieved and proud, declared Whirly the twirling guide of the wind. Perched amongst his fellow weather vanes, Whirly finally felt his faded fabric held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest windsock could make a difference, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the beauty of embracing the wind's power while keeping a steady course. With a contented sigh, Whirly awaited the next gust, ready to twirl with purpose and guide lost souls on their adventures.
The sleepy sunbeam's dazzling discovery. Deep within a dusty attic trunk, nestled amongst forgotten toys and faded photographs, lived a tiny, sleepy sunbeam named Lumi. Unlike his vibrant companions who streamed through windows, painting rooms with warmth and light. Lumi was a faint flicker, his energy low and his purpose unclear. He dreamt of illuminating dusty corners and chasing away shadows, but worried his fading glow wouldn't be strong enough to make a difference. His friend, Ms. Tapestry, was a wise soul with faded threads and a heart brimming with stories from countless memories woven into her fabric. She wasn't just a tapestry, she was the keeper of forgotten joys, reminding everyone that even the faintest light could hold the key to uncovering forgotten treasures. One day, an unsettling gloom fell upon the house. No happy laughter echoing through hallways, no joyful shouts of children playing in the sunlit rooms. Miss Tapestry explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Memories had arrived. This grumpy old grandfather clock with a frozen face stole the joy and laughter from the family, leaving them lost in a fog of forgotten experiences. Lumi, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of happy memories and the warmth of shared moments. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of faded recollections. Armed with Ms. Tapestry's magical needle, it held the power of 1,000 cherished memories and a pouch of shimmering dust motes, sparkling fragments of forgotten joy. Lumi embarked on his adventure. He tiptoed through shadowy hallways past rows of listless people with vacant expressions. They spoke of a time when the house resonated with laughter, their faces etched with a longing for the warmth of connectedness and the joy of shared experiences. Lumi offered a hopeful glimmer of his faint light, remembering Ms. Tapestry's words, "Even the faintest light can hold the key to uncovering forgotten treasures." Finally, he reached a towering, dusty grandfather clock, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a frozen hand guarded a collection of stolen memories trapped in shimmering bubbles. Lumi surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help families cherish their memories, but feared the pain of remembering lost loved ones and the heartbreak of faded moments. Lumi offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a family gathered around a table, bathed in warm sunlight, a symbol of the bittersweet beauty of shared experiences. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen memories. Lumi held Ms. Tapestry's magical needle, stitching shimmering dust motes back onto the fabric of the house. Forgotten memories swirled around the family, their faces lit with joy, and the house once more resonated with the warmth of shared experiences. The stealer, now a friend, helped Lumi return to the dusty trunk. The house buzzed with the cheerful chatter of families reminiscing and the joyful laughter of children playing. Ms. Tapestry, relieved and proud, declared Lumi the illuminator of lost memories. Nestled amongst his fellow sunbeams, Lumi finally felt his faint glow held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest light could illuminate the past, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of cherishing both joyful and bittersweet memories that make up a life well lived. With a contented sigh, Lumi dimmed his light, ready for the next opportunity to chase away shadows and reveal the hidden treasures of forgotten moments. The Shy Soap's Big Wash. Deep within a cluttered bathroom drawer, nestled amongst forgotten bath bombs and chipped razors, lived a tiny, shy soap named Sudy. Unlike his bar companions who lathered up in warm baths and boasted of sparkling clean skin, Sudy was a chipped, misshapen remnant, his surface dull and his purpose forgotten. He dreamt of creating cleansing bubbles and leaving a fresh scent, but worried his rough form wouldn't be gentle enough. His friend, Ms. Loofah, was a wise soul with a frayed surface and a heart brimming with stories from countless showers and baths. She wasn't just a loofah, she was the guardian of cleanliness, reminding everyone that even the smallest piece of soap could make a big difference. One day, a strange stillness fell upon the bathroom. No joyous splashing in the tub, no satisfied sighs as people emerged feeling clean and refreshed. Ms. Loofah explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Hygiene had arrived. This grumpy old showerhead with a clogged nozzle stole the desire for cleanliness from everyone, leaving them feeling grimy and disheveled. Sudy, though scared, couldn't bear a world without the refreshing feeling of a clean body and the importance of good hygiene. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of grimy grime. Armed with Ms. Loofah's magical washcloth, it held the power of 1,000 invigorating showers and a pouch of shimmering bubbles. To reignite forgotten routines of cleanliness, Sudy embarked on his adventure. He squished and squirmed through grimy floors past rows of unkempt creatures with itching skin and unwashed hair. They spoke of a time when hygiene was a constant practice, their faces etched with a longing for the invigorating feeling of being fresh and clean. Sudy offered a hopeful lather, remembering Ms. Loofah's words, "Even the smallest piece of soap can make a big difference." Finally, he reached a towering, rusty bathtub, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a dripping spout guarded a collection of stolen hygiene trapped in shimmering bubbles. Sudy surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people feel their best, but feared the harshness of soap and the discomfort of feeling vulnerable during cleaning. Sudy offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a child laughing in a bubble bath, surrounded by fluffy towels, a symbol of the joy and comfort found in good hygiene. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen hygiene. Sudy held Ms. Loofah's magical washcloth, spreading a wave of cleansing bubbles across the land of grimy grime. Forgotten bathing habits swirled around creatures, their faces lit with understanding, and the air vibrated with the desire for a refreshing wash. The stealer, now a friend, helped Sudy return to the bathroom drawer. The bathroom buzzed once more with the happy splashing of showers and the contented sighs of people feeling clean and refreshed. Ms. Loofah, relieved and proud, declared Sudy the champion of gentle cleansing. Nestled amongst his fellow soaps, Sudy finally felt his chipped form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest piece of soap could make someone feel their best, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance and joy of taking care of oneself. With a contented sigh, Sudy awaited the next hand reaching for him, ready to create a cloud of cleansing bubbles and leave a trail of refreshing cleanliness.
The Forgotten Key's Grand Unlock. Deep within a forgotten corner of a dusty attic, nestled amongst cobweb trunks and chipped teacups, lived a tiny, forgotten key named Click. Unlike his gleaming companions who unlocked grand doors and opened pathways to exciting adventures, Click was rusty and chipped, his teeth worn and his purpose a mystery. He dreamt of opening hidden treasures and revealing secret passages, but worried his damaged form wouldn't be strong enough to turn a lock. His friend, Ms. Globe, was a wise soul with a faded map etched on her surface and a heart brimming with stories from countless journeys of exploration. She wasn't just a globe. She was the keeper of untapped potential, reminding everyone that even the smallest key could hold the power to unlock a world of wonders. One day, an unsettling silence fell upon the attic. No excited whispers of children searching for hidden treasures. No joyful shouts of discovery as forgotten trinkets were unearthed. Ms. Globe explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Curiosity had arrived. This grumpy old padlock with a broken shackle stole the spirit of exploration from all who visited the attic, leaving them with a sense of indifference and a lack of imagination. Click, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of the thrill of discovery and the magic of hidden secrets. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of lost wonder. Armed with Ms. Globe's magical compass, it held the power of 1,000 adventurous journeys, and a pouch of shimmering stardust to reignite forgotten curiosity. Click embarked on his adventure. He clattered through dusty floorboards past rows of listless creatures with blank stares. They spoke of a time when the attic held endless possibilities, their faces etched with a longing for the excitement of exploration and the joy of uncovering the unknown. Click offered a hopeful click of his worn teeth, remembering Ms. Globe's words, "Even the smallest key can hold the power to unlock a world of wonders." Finally, he reached a towering, dusty chest, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a broken shackle guarded a collection of stolen curiosity trapped in shimmering bubbles. Click surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people discover the wonders around them, but feared the disappointment of finding nothing and the frustration of complex puzzles. Click offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a keyhole filled with swirling colors, hinting at the hidden treasures within, a symbol of the potential and excitement that awaits exploration. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen curiosity. Click held Ms. Globe's magical compass, guiding a wave of curious energy across the land of lost wonder. Forgotten memories of exploration swirled around creatures. Their eyes widened with excitement, and the attic crackled once more with the thrill of the unknown. The stealer, now a friend, helped Click return to the dusty corner. The attic buzzed with the excited chatter of children searching for hidden treasures and the contented sighs of discovery. Ms. Globe, relieved and proud, declared Click the keeper of hidden secrets. Nestled amongst his fellow keys, Click finally felt his worn form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest key could unlock a world of possibilities, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the beauty of venturing into the unknown and the endless wonders waiting to be revealed. With a contented sigh, Click waited patiently, ready for the next hand to pick him up and unlock a hidden door, eager to witness the joy of discovery that awaited.
The rusty nail's big hold, deep within a cluttered toolbox, overshadowed by gleaming screwdrivers and polished hammers, lived a tiny, rusty nail named Rusty. Unlike his sharp companions who hammered together magnificent creations and held structures strong, Rusty was bent and dulled, his point blunt and his purpose forgotten. He dreamt of joining wood together and building bridges across divides, but worried his weak form wouldn't be strong enough to hold anything together. His friend, Miss Saw, was a wise soul with a slightly chipped blade and a heart brimming with stories from countless crafted objects. She wasn't just a saw. She was the architect of unity, reminding everyone that even the smallest nail could play a crucial role in a grand design. One day, a chilling tension filled the workshop. No excited chatter of carpenters creating masterpieces. No joyful shouts as furniture was assembled and houses rose from the ground. Miss Saw explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Collaboration had arrived. This grumpy old toolbox clasped with a broken hinge stole the spirit of teamwork from all who entered, leaving them working alone and creating nothing of lasting value. Rusty, though scared, couldn't bear a world without the satisfaction of building together and the strength found in unity. He volunteered to find the Stealer in the land of fragile structures. Armed with Ms. Saw's magical blueprint, it held the power of 1,000 magnificent creations and a pouch of shimmering wood shavings, whispering forgotten stories of collaboration. Rusty embarked on his adventure. He bounced and rattled across dusty floors, past rows of frustrated builders working in isolation. Their creations were weak and unstable, their faces etched with a longing for the power of teamwork and the joy of shared accomplishment. Rusty offered a hopeful wiggle of his bent form, remembering Miss Saw's words, "Even the smallest nail can play a crucial role in a grand design." Finally, he reached a towering, broken workbench, the Stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a broken hinge guarded a collection of stolen collaboration trapped in shimmering bubbles. Rusty surprised the Stealer with a gentle tap. Confused and lonely, the Stealer confessed. They yearned to help people create beautiful things, but feared the arguments and disagreements that could arise in a team. Rusty offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a bridge built with different types of tools, each piece crucial to its strength, a symbol of the diverse skills and perspectives needed for a strong and successful collaboration. The Stealer, touched, released all the stolen collaboration. Rusty held Ms. Saw's magical blueprint, sprinkling shimmering wood shavings across the land of fragile structures. Forgotten memories of teamwork swirled around builders, their eyes widened with understanding, and the workshop buzzed once more with the collaborative hammering and sawing. The Stealer, now a friend, helped Rusty return to the toolbox. The workshop buzzed with the cheerful chatter of carpenters working together and the satisfied sighs as strong structures rose from the ground. Miss Saw, relieved and proud, declared Rusty the champion of collaborative strength. Nestled amongst his fellow nails, Rusty finally felt his rusty form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest nail could be a vital part of something magnificent, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the power and joy of working together to create something stronger and more beautiful than any one person could achieve alone. With a contented sigh, Rusty settled in, ready for the next project, eager to play his part in building something truly remarkable. The Lost Crayon's colorful symphony. Deep within a forgotten desk drawer, nestled amongst forgotten erasers and chewed-up pencils, lived a tiny, lost crayon named Scribble. Unlike his vibrant companions who splashed colors across canvases and brought stories to life, Scribble was a dull gray, his tip worn and his purpose a mystery. He dreamt of painting breathtaking landscapes and singing with color, but worried his faded form wouldn't be bright enough to leave a mark. His friend, Miss Paintbrush, was a wise soul with a frayed handle and a heart overflowing with stories from countless artistic creations. She wasn't just a paintbrush. She was the weaver of imagination, reminding everyone that even the faintest color could spark a world of creativity. One day, a strange quiet filled the art room. No excited chatter of children lost in artistic expression, no joyful gasps as vibrant colors danced across blank canvases. Miss Paintbrush explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Inspiration had arrived. This grumpy old palette with cracked wells stole the spark of imagination from all who entered, leaving their creations dull and lifeless. Scribble, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of color and the magic of artistic expression. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of bland pictures. Armed with Miss Paintbrush's magical palette, it held the power of 1,000 captivating artworks and a pouch of shimmering glitter to reignite forgotten creativity. Scribble embarked on his adventure. He rolled and bounced across dusty floors past rows of listless artists with blank stares. They spoke of a time when art pulsed with vibrant hues and boundless imagination, their faces etched with a longing for the joy of creating and the freedom of self-expression. Scribble offered a hopeful smudge of his faded gray, remembering Miss Paintbrush's words, "Even the faintest color can spark a world of creativity." Finally, he reached a towering, dusty easel, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with chipped wells guarded a collection of stolen inspiration trapped in shimmering bubbles. Scribble surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people express themselves creatively, but feared the judgment of others and the frustration of failed attempts. Scribble offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a rainbow bursting forth from a single gray cloud, a symbol of the potential for creativity that lies within even the most unexpected places. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen inspiration. Scribble held Ms. Paintbrush's magical palette, showering the land of bland pictures with shimmering glitter. Forgotten memories of creativity swirled around artists, their eyes widened with excitement, and the air vibrated with the hum of artistic expression. The Stealer, now a friend, helped Scribble return to the desk drawer. The art room buzzed once more with the excited chatter of children creating masterpieces and the contented sighs of artistic fulfillment. Ms. Paintbrush, relieved and proud, declared Scribble the maestro of unexpected colors. Nestled amongst his fellow crayons, Scribble finally felt his faded form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the faintest color could spark a symphony of creativity, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of expressing oneself and the beauty that could emerge from the most unexpected places. With a contented sigh, Scribble awaited the next hand to pick him up, ready to join the chorus of colors and sing a vibrant melody onto a blank canvas.
The forgotten seedling's big bloom. Deep within a forgotten greenhouse, nestled amongst dusty pots and wilted flowers, lived a tiny, forgotten seedling named Sprout. Unlike his vibrant companions bursting with potential for fragrant blooms or delicious fruits, Sprout was a wrinkled and brittle shell, his insides dry and his future uncertain. He dreamt of breaking free from his shell and reaching for the sunlight, but worried his weak form wouldn't be strong enough to grow. His friend, Ms. Watering Can, was a wise soul with a chipped spout and a heart brimming with stories from countless gardens flourishing with life. She wasn't just a watering can, she was the nurturer of resilience, reminding everyone that even the smallest seed held the potential to overcome adversity. One day, a chilling silence fell upon the greenhouse. No cheerful chirps of birds flitting between blooms, no gentle hum of buzzing bees. Ms. Watering Can explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Growth had arrived. This grumpy old trowel with a broken handle stole the nurturing spirit from all who tended the plants, leaving them weak and neglected. Sprout, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of life and the quiet beauty of perseverance. He volunteered to find the Stealer in the land of withered plants. Armed with Ms. Watering Can's magical trowel, it held the power of 1,000 flourishing gardens and a pouch of shimmering soil. To reignite forgotten nurturing instincts, Sprout embarked on his adventure. He tumbled through cracked pathways past rows of drooping plants with brittle leaves. They spoke of a time when they thrived under gentle care, their wilted stems etched with a longing for the warmth of sunlight and the comfort of nurturing hands. Sprout offered a hopeful tremor within his cracked shell, remembering Ms. Watering Can's words, "Even the smallest seed holds the potential to overcome adversity." Finally, he reached a towering, broken greenhouse door, the Stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a chipped handle guarded a collection of stolen growth trapped in shimmering bubbles. Sprout surprised the Stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the Stealer confessed. They yearned to help plants thrive, but feared the harshness of the weather and the disappointment of wilting blooms. Sprout offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a single, determined sprout pushing through cracked concrete, reaching for the sun, a symbol of the unwavering spirit that lives within even the smallest seed. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen growth. Sprout nestled himself within Ms. Watering Can's magical trowel. Together, they showered the land of withered plants with shimmering soil. Forgotten memories of nurturing swirled around the plants, their stems straightened, and the greenhouse hummed once more with the quiet whisper of life returning. The stealer, now a friend, helped Sprout find a patch of fertile soil. The greenhouse buzzed with the gentle hum of bees and the joyful chirps of birds returning to the vibrant blooms. Ms. Watering Can, relieved and proud, declared Sprout the champion of unwavering growth. Nestled amongst the rich soil, Sprout finally felt his wrinkled form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest seed could push through adversity and blossom into something beautiful, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the power of patience and the quiet strength found in perseverance. With a contented sigh, Sprout felt a root push deeper into the earth, ready for the sun's warmth and the chance to grow into the flower he was always meant to be. The lost sock's big find. Deep within a tangled laundry basket, nestled amongst forgotten socks and lonely mittens, lived a tiny, lost sock named Fuzzy. Unlike his identical twin who always found adventure in pairs, Fuzzy was alone, his once vibrant stripes now faded and his purpose uncertain. He dreamt of reuniting with his partner and embarking on exciting journeys, but worried his single form wouldn't be enough for two. His friend, Ms. Ironing Board, was a wise soul with a slightly scorched surface and a heart brimming with stories from countless outfits neatly pressed and ready for adventure. She wasn't just an ironing board, she was the weaver of belonging, reminding everyone that even the smallest piece could be part of something bigger. One day, a strange stillness fell upon the laundry room. No excited shouts of children getting dressed for adventures, no joyful chatter as families prepared for outings. Ms. Ironing Board explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Companionship had arrived. This grumpy old washing machine with a broken cycle stole the sense of connection from everyone, leaving them feeling isolated and alone. Fuzzy, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of friendship and the joy of shared experiences. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of lonely hearts. Armed with Ms. Ironing Board's magical lint roller, it held the power of 1,000 cherished memories and a pouch of shimmering threads. To reignite forgotten bonds, Fuzzy embarked on his adventure. He hopped and bounced through dusty corners past rows of listless people with downcast eyes. They spoke of a time when laughter filled the air and adventures were shared with loved ones, their faces etched with a longing for connection and the comfort of companionship. Fuzzy offered a hopeful wiggle of his single form, remembering Ms. Ironing Board's words, "Even the smallest piece can be part of something bigger." Finally, he reached a towering, rusty dryer, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a broken cycle guarded a collection of stolen companionship trapped in shimmering bubbles. Fuzzy surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people connect with others, but feared the pain of losing loved ones and the disappointment of broken friendships. Fuzzy offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of two mismatched socks, happily walking side by side, a symbol of the unique kind of companionship found even in the most unexpected pairings. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen companionship. Fuzzy held Ms. Ironing Board's magical lint roller, rolling shimmering threads across the land of lonely hearts. Forgotten memories of connection swirled around people, their faces softened with understanding, and the laundry room buzzed once more with the comforting chatter of shared stories. The stealer, now a friend, helped Fuzzy reach the lost and found box. The laundry room buzzed with the joyful shouts of children reunited with lost toys and the contented sighs of families coming together for movie nights. Ms. Ironing Board, relieved and proud, declared Fuzzy the champion of unexpected companionship. Nestled amongst other lost socks, Fuzzy finally felt his single form held a unique purpose. He learned that even a lost sock could find a connection, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of belonging and the joy found in companionship, no matter how unexpected it may be. With a contented sigh, Fuzzy waited patiently, hopeful that one day, his twin would find its way back to him, and together they would embark on their own grand adventure.
The Patch's Grand Adventure. Deep within a forgotten sewing kit, nestled amongst dusty buttons and chipped needles, lived a tiny, forgotten patch named Patchy. Unlike his colorful companions who transformed ripped clothes into works of art, Patchy was a plain, beige square, his edges frayed and his purpose unclear. He dreamt of mending torn fabrics and restoring cherished garments, but worried his simple form wouldn't be enough for such an important task. His friend, Miss Thread, was a wise soul with a slightly tangled spool and a heart brimming with stories from countless repairs and beautiful creations. She wasn't just a spool of thread. She was the weaver of second chances, reminding everyone that even the smallest patch could hold the power to mend more than just fabric. One day, a strange tension filled the room. No excited chatter of children learning to sew. No joyful gasps as old clothes were given a new lease on life. Miss Thread explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Memories had arrived. This grumpy old thimble with a missing top stole the appreciation for worn-out belongings from everyone, leaving them discarding clothes at the first sign of wear. Patchy, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of cherished memories and the stories held within well-loved clothes. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of discarded treasures. Armed with Miss Thread's magical needle, it held the power of 1,000 mended garments and a pouch of shimmering fabric scraps, each whispering stories of past adventures. Patchy embarked on his adventure. He wobbled and hopped across dusty floors past rows of people tossing aside clothes with barely a glance. They spoke of a time when clothes held memories and tears were shed over worn-out toys, their faces etched with a longing for the stories woven into their belongings and the comfort of familiar, well-loved items. Patchy offered a hopeful wiggle of his frayed edge, remembering Miss Thread's words, Even the smallest patch can hold the power to mend more than just fabric. Finally, he reached a towering, dusty sewing machine, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a missing top guarded a collection of stolen appreciation for worn-out belongings trapped in shimmering bubbles. Patchy surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people cherish their belongings, but feared the constant mending and the emotional attachment that led to heartbreak when things eventually wore out. Patchy offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a worn teddy bear with a mismatched patch, a child clutching it tightly, a symbol of the love and memories woven into everyday objects. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen appreciation. Patchy held Ms. Thread's magical needle, stitching shimmering fabric scraps onto forgotten clothes across the land of discarded treasures. Memories of cherished belongings swirled around people. Their eyes welled with understanding, and the room buzzed once more with the gentle clinking of needles and the quiet hum of appreciation for well-loved items. The stealer, now a friend, helped Patchy return to the sewing kit. The room buzzed with the excited chatter of children learning to sew and the contented sighs of families mending clothes that held precious memories. Ms. Thread, relieved and proud, declared Patchy the champion of cherished memories. Nestled amongst his fellow patches, Patchy finally felt his simple form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest patch could hold a story and mend more than just fabric. And even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of appreciating the memories woven into the things we hold dear. With a contented sigh, Patchy settled in, ready for the next piece of clothing with a story waiting to be mended and a memory to be preserved.
The Patch's Grand Adventure. Deep within a forgotten sewing kit, nestled amongst dusty buttons and chipped needles, lived a tiny, forgotten patch named Patchy. Unlike his colorful companions who transformed ripped clothes into works of art, Patchy was a plain, beige square, his edges frayed and his purpose unclear. He dreamt of mending torn fabrics and restoring cherished garments, but worried his simple form wouldn't be enough for such an important task. His friend, Ms. Thread, was a wise soul with a slightly tangled spool and a heart brimming with stories from countless repairs and beautiful creations. She wasn't just a spool of thread, she was the weaver of second chances, reminding everyone that even the smallest patch could hold the power to mend more than just fabric. One day, a strange tension filled the room. No excited chatter of children learning to sew, no joyful gasps as old clothes were given a new lease on life. Ms. Thread explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Memories had arrived. This grumpy old thimble with a missing top stole the appreciation for worn-out belongings from everyone, leaving them discarding clothes at the first sign of wear. Patchy, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of cherished memories and the stories held within well-loved clothes. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of discarded treasures. Armed with Ms. Thread's magical needle, it held the power of 1,000 mended garments and a pouch of shimmering fabric scraps, each whispering stories of past adventures. Patchy embarked on his adventure. He wobbled and hopped across dusty floors, past rows of people tossing aside clothes with barely a glance. They spoke of a time when clothes held memories and tears were shed over worn-out toys, their faces etched with a longing for the stories woven into their belongings and the comfort of familiar, well-loved items. Patchy offered a hopeful wiggle of his frayed edge, remembering Ms. Thread's words, "Even the smallest patch can hold the power to mend more than just fabric." Finally, he reached a towering, dusty sewing machine, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a missing top guarded a collection of stolen appreciation for worn-out belongings trapped in shimmering bubbles. Patchy surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people cherish their belongings, but feared the constant mending and the emotional attachment that led to heartbreak when things eventually wore out. Patchy offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a worn teddy bear with a mismatched patch, a child clutching it tightly, a symbol of the love and memories woven into everyday objects. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen appreciation. Patchy held Ms. Thread's magical needle, stitching shimmering fabric scraps onto forgotten clothes across the land of discarded treasures. Memories of cherished belongings swirled around people, their eyes welled with understanding, and the room buzzed once more with the gentle clinking of needles and the quiet hum of appreciation for well-loved items. The stealer, now a friend, helped Patchy return to the sewing kit. The room buzzed with the excited chatter of children learning to sew and the contented sighs of families mending clothes that held precious memories. Ms. Thread, relieved and proud, declared Patchy the champion of cherished memories. Nestled amongst his fellow patches, Patchy finally felt his simple form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest patch could hold a story and mend more than just fabric, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of appreciating the memories woven into the things we hold dear. With a contented sigh, Patchy settled in, ready for the next piece of clothing with a story waiting to be mended and a memory to be preserved.
The forgotten keyring's big jingle. Deep within a cluttered junk drawer, nestled amongst tangled wires and rusty bottle caps, lived a tiny, forgotten keyring named Jingle. Unlike his polished companions who held onto important keys that unlocked grand adventures, Jingle was a dull, scratched circle with only a single, tarnished key attached. He dreamt of opening doors to exciting possibilities and guarding precious belongings, but worried his solitary form wouldn't be enough for such a responsibility. His friend, Miss Flashlight, was a wise soul with a slightly dented casing and a heart brimming with stories from countless journeys through dark spaces and hidden corners. She wasn't just a flashlight. She was the illuminator of potential, reminding everyone that even the smallest keyring could hold the power to unlock a world of opportunity. One day, an unsettling silence fell upon the house. No excited shouts of children returning from adventures, no relieved sighs as doors were unlocked after a long day. Ms. Flashlight explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Independence had arrived. This grumpy old doorknob with a chipped handle stole the sense of accomplishment from everyone, leaving them relying on others for even the simplest tasks. Jingle, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of self-reliance and the satisfaction of conquering challenges. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of helpless hands. Armed with Miss Flashlight's magical beam, it held the power of 1,000 successfully unlocked doors and a pouch of shimmering keyholes, each one a symbol of a new challenge to be overcome. Jingle embarked on his adventure. He jingled and bounced across dusty floors, past rows of people with hesitant expressions. They spoke of a time when they tackled tasks with confidence and unlocked doors to new possibilities, their faces etched with a longing for the independence that came with self-reliance and the courage to face challenges. Jingle offered a hopeful jingle of his single key, remembering Miss Flashlight's words, "Even the smallest keyring can hold the power to unlock a world of opportunity." Finally, he reached a towering, dusty doorway, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a chipped handle guarded a collection of stolen independence trapped in shimmering bubbles. Jingle surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people feel capable and independent, but feared the frustration of failure and the loneliness of facing challenges alone. Jingle offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a child proudly unlocking their own front door for the first time, a symbol of the empowerment and self-reliance gained through conquering challenges. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen independence. Jingle held Miss Flashlight's magical beam, showering the land of helpless hands with shimmering keyholes. Forgotten memories of self-reliance swirled around people. Their eyes gleamed with determination, and the house buzzed once more with the satisfying click of unlocking doors and the confident steps of independent individuals. The stealer, now a friend, helped Jingle return to the junk drawer. The house buzzed with the cheerful chatter of children tackling chores and the contented sighs of accomplishment. Miss Flashlight, relieved and proud, declared Jingle the champion of self-reliance. Nestled amongst the clutter, Jingle finally felt his simple form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest keyring could unlock the door to independence and empower individuals to face challenges, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of self-reliance and the satisfaction of conquering challenges on their own. With a contented Jingle, Jingle awaited the next hand to pick him up, ready to be a symbol of opportunity and a reminder that even the smallest key can unlock a world of possibilities. The Rusty Bell's big ring, deep within a dusty attic trunk, nestled amongst forgotten toys and chipped teacups, lived a tiny, rusty bell named Jingles. Unlike his gleaming companions who chimed with joy and announced grand arrivals, Jingles was dull and cracked, his voice weak and his purpose forgotten. He dreamt of ringing out melodies and bringing cheer to everyone around him, but worried his feeble ring wouldn't be strong enough to be heard. His friend, Ms. Rocking Horse, was a wise soul with a slightly chipped mane and a heart brimming with stories from countless laughter-filled rides. She wasn't just a rocking horse. She was the keeper of merriment, reminding everyone that even the smallest bell could spark a wave of joy. One day, a strange stillness fell upon the attic. No excited shrieks of children playing pretend, no joyful clanging of pots and pans during make-believe tea parties. Ms. Rocking Horse explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Fun had arrived. This grumpy old wind chime with broken strings stole the spirit of playfulness from everyone, leaving them subdued and devoid of laughter. Jingles, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of light-hearted fun and the carefree joy of childhood. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of solemn faces. Armed with Ms. Rocking Horse's magical mane, it held the power of 1,000 playful moments and a pouch of shimmering bubbles, each one filled with a forgotten memory of laughter. Jingles embarked on his adventure. He wobbled and clanged through dusty floorboards, past rows of listless children with droopy faces. They spoke of a time when laughter echoed through the attic and games filled their days with joy, their faces etched with a longing for the carefree spirit of childhood and the unbridled happiness of silly moments. Jingles offered a hopeful tinkle of his rusty bell, remembering Ms. Rocking Horse's words, "Even the smallest bell can spark a wave of joy." Finally, he reached a towering, broken weather vane, the stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with tangled strings guarded a collection of stolen fun trapped in shimmering bubbles. Jingles surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people embrace the joy of play, but feared the mess and chaos that often came with it, and the disappointment of unachieved goals and silly games. Jingles offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of a group of children laughing together, their faces lit with pure joy, a symbol of the unifying and carefree spirit that blossomed during playtime. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen fun. Jingles held Ms. Rocking Horse's magical mane, swirling shimmering bubbles of laughter across the land of solemn faces. Forgotten memories of playfulness swirled around the children, their faces broke into wide grins, and the attic buzzed once more with the delightful chaos of pretend play and the joyous shouts of carefree fun. The stealer, now a friend, helped Jingles return to the dusty trunk. The attic buzzed with the excited shouts of children creating elaborate stories and the contented sighs of pure enjoyment. Ms. Rocking Horse, relieved and proud, declared Jingles the champion of uninhibited joy. Nestled amongst his fellow bells, Jingles finally felt his rusty form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest bell could spark a wave of laughter and remind everyone of the importance of embracing the carefree spirit of play, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the joy of silliness and the power of unbridled merriment that blossomed during playtime. With a contented sigh, Jingles waited patiently, ready for the next playful hand to shake him and bring forth another beautiful ring of laughter.
The Forgotten Marbles Grand Roll. Deep within a forgotten board game box, nestled amongst dusty dice and chipped playing pieces, lived a tiny, forgotten marble named Swirly. Unlike his vibrant companions who raced across game boards and sparked friendly competition, Swirly was dull and chipped, his colors faded and his purpose forgotten. He dreamt of joining exciting games and testing his rolling skills, but worried his imperfections would slow him down. His friend, Ms. Jigsaw Puzzle, was a wise soul with a few missing pieces and a heart brimming with stories from countless challenges solved and laughter shared. She wasn't just a jigsaw puzzle, she was the architect of engagement, reminding everyone that even the smallest marble could play a crucial role in a grand game. One day, a strange tension filled the game room. No excited shouts of triumph after winning a board game, no joyful cheers of camaraderie between players. Ms. Jigsaw Puzzle explained a shadowy figure called the Stealer of Sportsmanship had arrived. This grumpy old game token with a chipped edge stole the spirit of friendly competition from everyone, leaving them playing only to win and forgetting the joy of the game itself. Swirly, though scared, couldn't bear a world devoid of the thrill of competition and the importance of learning from wins and losses. He volunteered to find the stealer in the land of grumpy gamers. Armed with Ms. Jigsaw Puzzle's missing pieces, each held the power of a lesson learned through a game and a pouch of shimmering game tokens, representing the diverse skills and strategies needed for a successful game. Swirly embarked on his adventure. He rolled and bounced across dusty floors past rows of scowling players with narrowed eyes. They spoke of a time when games were tests of skill and wit, filled with laughter and friendly banter, their faces etched with a longing for the camaraderie built through competition and the importance of learning from every move. Swirly offered a hopeful roll of his chipped form, remembering Ms. Jigsaw Puzzle's words, "Even the smallest marble could play a crucial role in a grand game." Finally, he reached a towering, dusty game table, the Stealer's lair. Inside, a large, shadowy figure with a chipped edge guarded a collection of stolen sportsmanship trapped in shimmering bubbles. Swirly surprised the stealer with a gentle nudge. Confused and lonely, the stealer confessed. They yearned to help people experience the thrill of competition, but feared the sting of defeat and the arguments that could erupt during games. Swirly offered a tiny, hand-drawn picture of two players shaking hands after a close game, smiles on their faces, a symbol of the respect and camaraderie that blossomed through friendly competition. The stealer, touched, released all the stolen sportsmanship. Swirly scattered Ms. Jigsaw Puzzle's missing pieces across the land of grumpy gamers. Forgotten memories of sportsmanship swirled around the players, their frowns softened with understanding, and the game room buzzed once more with the cheers of victory, the groans of defeat, and most importantly, the laughter of friends enjoying a game together. The stealer, now a friend, helped Swirly return to the board game box. The room buzzed with the excited chatter of players strategizing and the contented sighs of shared experiences. Ms. Jigsaw Puzzle, relieved and proud, declared Swirly the champion of friendly competition. Nestled amongst his fellow marbles, Swirly finally felt his chipped form held a unique purpose. He learned that even the smallest marble could be a vital part of an engaging game, and even grumpy shadows just needed a friend to understand the importance of sportsmanship, the thrill of competition, and the joy of learning and growing together through the games we play. With a contented sigh, Swirly settled in, ready to be rolled again, eager to be part of the next exciting game and the camaraderie it would bring.
The faded crayon's colorful symphony, Reprise. Deep within the familiar desk drawer, a warm glow emanated from the forgotten crayons. No longer dull and forgotten, they pulsed with vibrant hues, their tips gleaming with purpose. Amongst them, Scribble, the once faded grey crayon, now held a special place. Miss Paintbrush, her frayed handle a testament to countless artistic creations, beamed proudly. Scribble, she declared, was no longer just a maestro of unexpected colors, but a symbol of hope and resilience. His bravery in the land of bland pictures had reignited the spark of creativity within everyone. One sunny afternoon, a new hand reached into the drawer. A young girl, her eyes wide with wonder, picked up Scribble. Hesitantly, she drew a wobbly line across a blank page. But as the line met the paper, it shimmered with 1,000 forgotten colors, blossoming into a vibrant rainbow that stretched across the sky. The girl gasped, her eyes sparkling with delight. Inspired, she grabbed other crayons, their colors swirling with forgotten memories. Soon, the page was filled with a fantastical landscape, a melody of colors brought to life by a single, once faded grey crayon. News of the magical crayon spread throughout the art room. Children flocked to the drawer, each touch releasing a forgotten burst of creativity. Scribble, no longer alone, watched with pride as the room filled with vibrant creations, swirling galaxies, playful animals, and fantastical creatures, all bursting forth from the combined power of the crayons and the boundless imagination of the children. As the afternoon sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the room, the children reluctantly gathered their creations. Each drawing held a piece of forgotten magic, a reminder that even the smallest spark of creativity could ignite a symphony of color. Scribble, nestled amongst his colorful companions, no longer felt a tinge of regret for his faded form. He had learned that true purpose wasn't defined by brilliance, but by the spark one could ignite in others. And in that drawer, filled with the vibrant hues of creativity and the joyful chatter of children, Scribble knew his melody, though once faint, would continue to resonate for a long time to come.